Welcome to Daily Armour. Today I'm going to be in Colossians chapter number 1, looking at verse number 28. Paul is speaking here to the church at Colossae. And I like this phrase. It says, when we preach, warning every man. And as I was thinking, as we have a major hurricane coming again to Florida, just a week after Helene, then now we have Hurricane Milton on its way. And the way it's going to hit us, the first Helene didn't do a lot of damage to our property because of the way it tracked, but the way it's tracking this time, we are expecting some much higher winds, probably a lot more rain at our property. And so we're heeding the warnings and we're taking those necessary precautions. And as I was thinking about being hurricane ready, the warning to be hurricane ready, I was thinking also how that we need to be heaven ready. And I am heaven ready. I'm ready to go to heaven, but there are so many that don't know how to be heaven ready, or they think they are heaven ready because they've done this or they've done that, and we just need to tell them. And that's what he says, when we preach, warning every man and teaching every man in all wisdom, that we may present every man perfect in Christ Jesus. That hurricane warning that is making me think about that heavenly warning. Being perfectly ready for heaven, is that perfection is in Christ Jesus, only in Him. I know before I was saved, I was trying so hard. I would attend, church as often as I could. Every time the doors was open, I wanted to be there. If there wanted volunteers for things, I wanted to volunteer. If there was something I knew, to do, I tried to do it. If they said read, I was reading. If they said study this, I would study that. And I gathered a lot of facts and I gathered a lot of information. But then that Monday night, then when the Lord showed me that I was lost, that was when the difference came. It wasn't about all those things that I had did before, because I kept thinking, why does it still bother me when my pastor at the time was Preacher James Lockie, when my pastor would say, is your name written in the Lamb's Book of Life? That would bother me. That I never felt 100% confident. And now I'm 100% confident, not because of any of those things that I was doing before, but that night that He saved me, that Monday night when He showed me that you knew a lot of head knowledge, but you don't know me. You haven't accepted me. You haven't placed your trust in Christ Jesus. And that's what He's talking about. Whom we preach. Who is He preaching? He's not preaching, you got to do this and you got to do that. You got to be better at this and you got to join a church and you got to get baptized and you got to do this and this, this, this. You got to be a good person. He's not preaching that. He's preaching Jesus. And as we are warning every man that, man, woman, child, boy, girl, as we're warning every person, we have to warn them that, hey, I want you to be hurricane ready. I want you to be ready for this hurricane. In our area, we've been told and we've been informed by our leaders, be ready, have your water, have your bread, have your supplies, get your house secured. We have sandbags available. Get those things. If you have any kind of a water issue, put those things in place. And be ready for the hurricane. But as we're thinking about being ready for this hurricane, let's make sure that others are ready for heaven. Thank you for joining me. I look forward to seeing you again soon.